This event honors the best of Kofa High School athletes, coaches, teams, and community members, and ensures that a long tradition of excellence is preserved. Today and always, we embody the mantra. I remember when I was a student, my uncle was doing it, once a king, always the king.
It's a huge honor to be inducted to the Hall of Fame, but it's just a huge honor to be part of this community. Just being based here and playing all the multiple sports, whether it be Pop Warner, AYSO with soccer, YBBL, Babe Ruth, and just all the coaches and the whole community that had supported me and just built the foundation. But I know all the athletes before me, the different generations, so it's a huge honor.
Yeah, my dad loved Kofa, both as a student and then being able to come back and work with students and support student athletes, and also as a parent of Kofa students as well. He loved that. So I think, for us, having the gym named after him is just a really special and meaningful recognition of him. And I think just knowing that his kind of name is carried on is really nice. And for us, it was really emotional to be there when the gym is dedicated, but then also to go to a game there and see it be played at the game. In the Rios gym was really cool and really wonderful. So we just are really appreciative that folks are remembering him.
It's an honor. I truly blessed. I'm humbled. I remember when Coach Laguna started the Hall of Fame, and I thought it was a great idea. To be nominated was it's just phenomenal. I'm real humbled.
Oh, there's so many great memories. I can't believe it's over 32 years ago that I graduated from this high school, but there's still some good memories, some bad memories like injuries, but also accolades and accomplishments. But usually it's just being around the coaches and my teammates, and just the competitiveness and the camaraderie we had with each other. I mean, I still have long-lasting relationships to this day.
A memory I have of my dad when he was kind of a team physician and supporting student athletes. One is that he would give physicals free of charge to student athletes at Kofa, and then he also really loved to attend the games, basketball games, football games, be on the sidelines, watching, cheering, running out there to check and make sure everyone was okay if there was a hard tackle. It was really something that he loved to do. He enjoyed being a fan.
Back then it was only Kofa and Yuma, so we were having to travel a lot. So I remember having to go to Phoenix and Tuesdays and Saturdays, or if we had to travel, and having to come home at 2 in the morning and go back to class the next day. And then of course, the games against Yuma High, where the gyms were usually always packed.
Well, definitely the parents, and now I'm a parent of 3 boys, so now my wife and I, we are stressed going to different sporting events and practices, and so yeah, without the parents, but I mean the coaches too, and as I mentioned before, the community, they laid the foundation even to what I could put into practice, even into my career, and also how I'm teaching my kids and how I represent. But yeah, I represent the community, but also my family, so my parents, and I'm the youngest of 3 children, so my older siblings as well. I took a lot of teasing and everything else, but it just made who I am today. My parents, my mom and my stepdad, they were big in the boosters, and back then they were kind of ahead of the time. Them, along with some other parents, they were able to get our games broadcast the day after on Sun Television, which was pretty advanced for that time. So they had a really big influence on me and the support. And then guys like Coach Worsema, who was my coach, great guy, Coach Laguna, Coach Thiel, Mr. Palak, Mr. Pint, those were all really positive role models coming up through high school. main advice is to play multiple sports. Nowadays, you see a lot of club sports happening on where they want kids to specialize into one sport. I say just enjoy all the sports and find out what your niche is, what your heart and desires are, and then for the parents too, embrace it. If they like a certain sport, just embrace it and be there for them, fully support, keep them excited. One of the things when my children go out, I say be careful, but also when they come home from practice or sport, just the first thing I ask them is, did you have fun? Because I want them to have fun, and it teaches a lot of life lessons that we may not see and take for granted, but it definitely comes into play throughout our lifespan.
My dad really enjoyed being a student athlete. You know, he felt it was fun, he met friends, and it was a great way to participate in school. I think he recognized as an adult the importance of athletics to students and how being a student athlete could be a way for students to meet friends, connect with the community, maybe get a scholarship, or maybe meet someone who might change the course of their life. And so he was always a really big believer in youth athletics. And then I think he also, it was really important to him because he got so much from being a student athlete and being a student here at Kofa and from the Yuma community. And so it was really important for him to give back to the community and give back to Kofa when he was able to. And so I think for me, something that I think that we all sort of can take from that is, what are the ways that when we grow up, we can give back to the community and each have our own unique contribution. And that is something that he inspired me with, and I think maybe something others can take as well.
Sports to me is just a great it's a great way to meet people. I think it's a great way to, obviously you're competing, and I think competition just brings out the best in everybody. Don't doubt yourself. I had doubts, when I was growing up, but if you don't get out there and try, you'll never know what you're capable of. And and also I would say with your coaches, when you're an adult, you'll look back and realize, like, wow, I had some really good coaches, and so be thankful for the coaches and adults that you have in your life, and don't take them for granted.